right, guys, what is going on? I feel like we have not talked in some days, and I literally was like, okay, I know I abandoned Vlogmas. Let me just do a whole video talking about it and talking about what happened, I just had to stop, and what's going on. So, I'm not gonna lie, I took a little bit of notes just to stay on track because y'all know um, your girl can go on tangents, okay? And I definitely want to keep it like concise and just to the point. But yeah, I needed like a mental break, guys. I moved to Dallas. I literally got here. I had to move out of Atlanta within a week. I did double the amount of coaching that I typically do this month, and I pulled that off within the month. This month, I had overall, this is the fourth week, and we've had over 1,300 people sign up for our webinars. So um, just being prepared, being able to pour into this many people, I am so grateful, guys. I can't even explain how much this month blew my mind with the tech level. I did this completely free, and I've received so much tenfold, so thank God for that. And just being able to connect with so many people. This month I was able to like give somebody a free access and coaching to my boot camp, and they really advanced their career. I was just in the mood to give this month, and even with this, I really wanted to give advice, you know what I mean, on a day-to-day basis. But your girl was just burnt out a little bit. When I did have some free time, I actually just wanted to go to dinner or just cook in the house or just feed into myself. And one thing I have to always remember is for me to pour into other people, my cup has to be poured into and I need to be fulfilled. So that was just one of those things where I'm like, okay, look, I can't. I also just got a new camera, which I am obsessed with. The quality is better. I just wanted to really step up my vlogging game and my editing and everything for next year. So naturally, I just was trying to wait on my camera. It was delayed a week. And I was like, you know what? God has just been telling me to be still. And I'm going to get into that because I feel like sometimes we try to do too much. And I would say this month, I have just been going through so many emotions, so many different things hitting me right and left that I feel like God was like, listen, my child, I need you to just go ahead and sit it down for a second and we'll hop back into it when you are feeling rejuvenated, when you are feeling in the moment to be able to deliver what I need you to deliver. And I think it was super necessary. Like I said, I have to balance so many different areas from work to coaching to webinars to actually having a personal life, cooking, cleaning my crib up. I also have a dog, I don't have a kid or anything like that, but it's still a lot of different areas that I constantly have to, constantly have to pour into. And with the tech level, this is my new business. It is doing amazing, guys. Like, I just, it blows my mind every time that I set my mind to something, I execute on it. But with this is something new. It's a baby, and I really had to pour into it a little bit more than I would have anticipated to have it sustainable, from the marketing perspective, from doing different types of coaching to get people involved in my boot camp, to putting myself out there, having to find things to work on. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I don't dedicate a ton of time to my coaching just because I've already gotten it so down pat. I've been doing coaching for going on 5 months now, and I'm very comfortable doing it. It's not something I have to prep for every single time I go into it. But yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out our last free webinar of the year, make sure you guys definitely click the link below. And Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be the last webinar of the year. So just want to throw that out there. But okay, let's get into it. I feel like right now I'm in a waiting season. God had me move to Dallas. He had me to really just get down here, and I'm like, well, what's in Dallas for me? What is in Dallas for me? I have met so many people randomly that I went to college with back again down here. I have had a great amount of circle and network in Dallas prior to moving. So I just want to throw that out here. I didn't move down here and didn't know anybody. I knew tons of people in Dallas, and that was also one of the decisions that went into or the factors that went into making this decision was that I felt like I would have a community of people if I wanted to go to dinner, if I wanted to hang out. I have people that I can call just like in Atlanta. So I also wanted to connect with people and catch up. That was something I didn't really get to do. I just moved and it was like right back to work, straight up, just grinding after Thanksgiving. And I just needed some time. I'm not gonna lie. But what I think today really came over me to finally feel comfortable to speak again is that we are all in different parts of our lives. But when you're in a waiting season, it can really feel like you're just feeling unheard by God. You know, sometimes God doesn't necessarily speak back to us and we're asking for responses. And I feel like every time I would meditate, the two things that God kept telling me is do not give up in your last hour and I need you to remain still, which is kind of like, well, what do you want me to do? God, you made me move down here. You have me in this new business. You want me focusing on that, but at the same time, you want me still, like I'm confused. And I would say that every time that I did a fast, you know, like, or I was called to fast, like I felt so much attack and so much heat after, to the point I didn't even want to fast no more. I'm just like, I can't take it no more, God. Like, I need your strength because the amount of stuff I'm being faced with. Last week I went to the dentist and something was randomly wrong with my tooth. Like when I tell you guys, it was just back to back to back to back. And I'm just like, God, like, what is going on right now? And these were not things that were just like, oh, somebody was malicious to me or I'm hurt in my feelings. It was just more so the attack and heaviness of responsibilities that are just piling up, piling up, piling up. Like I just moved, that cost me a ton of money. You know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of like, can I see a break? Please. Like I be handling all this stuff by myself and sometimes it just gets to the point where I'm like, every time I, you know, do great at something, here comes something that just is like a crazy expense that just out of nowhere is just, I have to really, you know, put forth this type of energy and just, it's always covered. And that's one thing I can say is God really does show up over and over again. And in these times, one thing I've challenged myself to do is just try to remain grateful. Like, yo, you have the money to handle all these things. You have a roof over your head. You have so much food in your fridge. You have an amazing view. You can look out and see everything that God is doing in your life. So don't be stressed out by the level of responsibility that he's given you because he's given it to you for a reason. So that's one thing I would say. Having gratitude throughout just times that feel like, why me, is something I really have been trying to practice. But I will say that in the beginning, y'all, it was not easy at all. Like the past few weeks, I did not want to pray some days, and I still forced myself to, but I didn't want to pray some days. I was feeling just like defeated in a sense. Like no matter how good of a person I am, somebody show their ass. No matter how much I like extend myself for people, most people don't appreciate it. You know, feeling that type of attack more than this isn't going right or that isn't going right, because things have been going right, but then it's like, well, why do you keep blessing me in one area of my life, but then in specific areas it's just like I'm not understanding what's going on. So yeah, I would say that it just kind of got exhausting in my faith a little bit, and I just needed a break from Instagram, YouTube. I really wasn't posting that much. Even like some people would be like, yo, post the webinars. And one thing I will tell you is every time I'm about to pour into 100 people, pour into 70, 80 people, the day that I have to go and coach and I have the most amazing webinars, when I tell y'all this month, everybody who has showed up has left with gems. I've showed out. This challenged me this month and it's definitely pushing me into 2024 with a new energy. But y'all, I be getting so much stuff that happens on the days I have to coach people that I'm just like, okay, there's a reason, because you're pouring into people and there's an energy trying to prevent that. And that can be so exhausting on those days. It is crazy. It is actually crazy because I'm strapped up. Tuesdays and Thursdays, something crazy is going to happen. And it's going to try to throw your mental off before you have to give and pour into other people. And when I tell you guys, I be feeling so fulfilled after my coaching calls. And anybody who has joined, y'all know I'm passionate about it. Y'all can see my excitement. And I just love connecting with the community that I have built. So it's just strange to me that on those days, it's just always some BS that goes down. Literally. So anyways, there's a few things I do want to talk about in this video too, because yesterday there was a little finessers only. So we recorded that 4 months ago, guys. Like, so the fact that it came out, I swear I was in the shower and I was just like, God, I just need a little break. I swear, like, I've just been feeling exhausted, and I'm like, God, I just need a break. Like, once this week is over, I'm really enjoying the holidays. I'm just sitting it down. You know what I mean? I was like, I do know I need to get a YouTube video out. People have been asking me, like, what's happening? Are you okay? And I'm just like, seeing the comments. I'm like, I'm good, y'all. I just need some time to rejuvenate. But I definitely want to address that whole thing with the dating and the alpha women and people always trying to put me in this box and not knowing my business and all these things. And it's just kind of like, y'all really don't know the tea. And it's kind of annoying that people always want to project or put things on you that they have no idea about, you know? And I've been willing to share certain things, but that's like tidbits of things and people really don't know. So we're going to clear some things up. But before we get into that, what I will say is people need to learn to operate in grace. I have been somebody who don't judge people for a very long time. Like, I might judge somebody like, oh, what they got on, like, what's going on? But to judge somebody at where they are in life, I've really never been that type of person. I feel like I've always been the type to extend grace. Like, damn girl, you just in that space because of this. I'm in this space because of this. I used to do things that I don't do today. I'm not going to judge nobody who's doing things that I used to do 3 months ago. Like, I don't care. I really don't care about other people's lives to the extent where I'm looking into it and ridiculing and being super dissecting about what do other people got going on, because at the end of the day, that don't pay my bills. That don't help me become a better person. And granted, I already got enough going on in my life to where why would I want to take up the energy and be invested in somebody else's life that I don't know and I don't care about? I don't care about this stuff on the internet. And it just blows my mind how much people on the internet do not give other people grace. They literally will sit here and be like, this person is this, and this is it. What are you? What you got going on? What's in your bank account? Where is your man? Are you being cheated on? Like, worry about you, okay? Like, I need people to take that energy into 2024. Why do people give so much or care so much about what other people got going on? Like, I've never been that type of person. I don't give a rat's ass what the next person got going on because that don't pay my bills, that don't feed me, and it definitely ain't doing the other, okay? So, what? Like, it blows my mind. And my message towards that is just, I wish people would have so much more grace and extend so much more grace to people, because one, you have no idea what people are actually dealing with behind closed doors. You have no idea how much somebody may be processing and dealing with, if they're going through a heartbreak, if they just lost a job. Some people don't share everything on the internet, and it's okay, but to constantly just be in this space, I think, being an influencer is like super cool and you get to impact a lot of people. But I think the negative that comes with that I'm realizing is so many people just feel the need to give their opinion on this, that, and the third, and it just doesn't make sense. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and enter the little clip that went viral yesterday. And I wouldn't even say it went super viral, but it did get a lot of likes and a lot of views, and this is a pretty popular podcast. So I am going to enter that there. And there were 2 questions that were asked to me in this clip. The clip was chopped up, obviously, like everybody does to get their engagement up. But the first was, and I just feel like I need to address this because it's to the point where I'm just like, people are so strange. And the DMs I get about this type of stuff and everything else, I'm just like, why do you care? Once again. But secondly, so the first question was, how do you like being in a relationship, or what is that dynamic typically like? And the second question was like, am I in a relationship right now? And people and men and all these people were dragging me for saying that I'm focused on myself right now, that I enjoy focusing on building my businesses, focusing on being in my element, and I'm not really focused on just dating right now. And that's okay. Let me tell you guys something. I just got out of a situation that was years on end, and me and this person still have tremendous amounts of love for each other. I did not end this situation on bad blood. There was nothing crazy going on in my life, and honestly, if I'm being honest, it was God telling me to step out of my relationship. It was not because Kayla can't find a man and she's such an alpha woman and it's so hard and this and that. Like, people need to mind their business, because this was something God specifically told me to do. And guess what? I feel like God is working on so many things with me as it relates to me as a person that I would not be able to accomplish in a relationship. right? So we live in a society where everybody is so, this person is single because of this girl can't get a man, this, and it's just like, sometimes y'all, you need to really work on yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm here to tell anybody else who is working on their self, you're in a single season and you feel like shamed or you feel like you don't have a relationship, it's okay. It is hard in a waiting season. Of course, we all want to be loved. We all want to be touched on, kissed on, enjoy the holidays with somebody. But if that's not your calling and your space at this time in your life, it is okay. A relationship doesn't define everything and everybody. Marriage doesn't define everything and everybody. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many people that I know that are married that are miserable? I don't want that. When I'm praying to God, that's not what I want. I don't want the easiest man to come through. I don't want to be the girl that Kevin Samuels talks about. I don't want to be any of those things. I want to be exactly with the person God has called me to be with. And I'm cool with standing on that. And I'm cool with waiting on that. And people need to understand that everybody don't want the same things at all. And I feel like there's this misconstruction of me all the time where like she's so dominant and she's just all about her money and she's this and she's that. Let me tell y'all something. The life that I decided to live when I closed my eyes, when I was younger, what the visions God has placed over my life for what I want, it ain't regular. I'm just let everybody know that right now. It is not regular. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know I've been pressing at what I need to press at. That is my personal life. The reason I go so hard for my personal life in this season is because when I am ready to be a mother, when I am ready to be a wife and step into that, I don't want to have to do all this. I don't want to have to wake up and grind all day. I'm not going into the office and selling multi-million-dollar deals. I want to be able to give all my attention and all my time to that space. So being this boss or whatever people want to put this narrative on me that you won't find a man and you this, first of all, I had a man. Always kept one, honey. Always kept one, okay? Like, please stop putting y'all's narratives on me. Like, literally, stop putting y'all narratives on me. I just got out of one of the most amazing relationships, and like I told y'all, do you know how hard it was to leave somebody that I love? Because God told me, I need you in a single season. This is confirmations that God put on my life. So this was not a breakup like, oh, I'm just distraught. I'm heartbroken because I actually feel like I knew who the love of my life was, my soulmate, everything, best friend that I've been rocking with for a long time, that adores me, that loves me and supports everything I do, has never had an issue with me being an alpha or being this. And they got their own big boss energy, period. We match each other's energy. And if that's what I've always dreamed of having, and I know that I've experienced this, I'm not gonna let people tell me what's for me or what's not for me. And that's just really all I'm gonna say on that, because it's just annoying now. It's like to the point where I feel like people always wanna try to put people in a box. Do you know what I would say that I've really enjoyed about the space I've created for myself, transparently, is that I don't have to sit back and deal with anything or choose from anyone, because I put myself in a certain predicament in life where I don't need somebody to come in and make me feel whole through certain things. Do I care and want attention and love and affection? Of course I want all those things. But am I the type of person who's gonna cry and put myself in desperate situation, abusive, toxic, all these types of situations to say I feel fulfilled? No. And guess what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think people need to learn to respect that everybody wants something different. What everybody has is for them. And everybody's reality may look different for them and what makes them happy. It's not a generalization of this person's going 50-50 and this person's splitting bills. Like, if that girl want to split bills with her man, let her do that. If she want to be put up, let her do that. It's nobody's place to speak on other people. And I feel like it's just to the point where I can't keep getting online and seeing another podcast. I just can't take it. Cannot take it. And before I did that podcast, I literally told Jonathan, I was like, I'm not with the funny rah-rahs. I don't want to do and talk about all this relationship stuff. That's just not me. And he asked me a few questions about relationships. So if you watch the whole episode, it was literally about tech. It was about relationships. It was about God. It was about the earth and the matrix. And we just talked about a whole bunch of topics. So please, before y'all comment and suggest things over my life, understand that I'm good. and I'm very content with where I'm at. And God has me specifically placed where I'm at for what He has called me to do. And my focus at this moment is impacting a lot of people, helping them get jobs, helping them change their lives. And when I'm called into the next phase of my life to settle down and to be a wife and to be a mother, guess what? I'll have cash flows of income. I'll have contentness. I'll have the man that I desire and I've always dreamed of and prayed of. And I will be fulfilled in God's thing for me, whatever that is and whatever that looks like, okay? Everybody needs to learn to give people grace and understand that you don't know how somebody may be processing where they want to be in a relationship, and you're coming and placing your projections on them. You don't know what people are dealing with behind closed doors. I could have been in the craziest abusive relationship and left, and somebody is saying she's single and she this and that, and then think about how that's going to play on me. And I'm not saying this is me, but I'm just saying people need to be mindful of how they project themselves to other people and how harsh they can be, because y'all have no idea what people deal with behind closed doors. And that's all I'm gonna say, because that was just irritating yesterday, the amount of men who just had something to say. But yeah, like, you know, y'all see me show up one way online, and it's like, that's my brand. This is what I built my brand on, my social media on, my income on. This is a source of income for me, and it's something that I do to fulfill and help other people. So no, I'm not gonna show up and show you guys what I look like in love while I'm laid up in the house with my man, because that does not necessarily correlate with my brand. So it's not for other people to speak on in a sense of like, this doesn't exist, or you can't have this, or you can't be that person. Like, it's just kind of like, you have no idea what I'm like outside of my work, because I don't bring that to the internet, and there's a reason for it. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say to address that. All these people in my comments on Instagram, DMs over the past 24 hours, y'all know what y'all can do with y'all self. I really don't care. I just needed to address it because I feel like it's this reoccurring theme of, even people were like, this boss narrative that she created, or calling herself a boss. I did not say that. He put that as a title for clicks and engagement. I never called myself some boss girl. I don't walk around like, I'm a boss B, I'm a boss this, I'm a boss. Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't refer to myself as that. I just show y'all what I do. I show y'all the moves I'm making, and I help and encourage a lot of other people. And if y'all knew the impact that I have around other people, bro, somebody literally just came on through my coaching, and they were able to make $8,000 in their first commission check, told me how much it changed their life, and they're the #1 seller at their company now, on their way to becoming a Gold Club member. If y'all are not in sales, y'all have no idea what type of impact that is. So for me, when I sit back and say, wow, I engaged with somebody for 30 to 40 days, and here's the impact I made on their life. This person can provide for their kids. This person can pay their bills. They can save. They can go invest. They could buy a home. They have money now to go do things they never had to do. That's fulfilling to me. And I don't have to explain myself on why I choose to this brand or whatever. That's what's fulfilling to me personally. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just wrap this up with a final message for a lot of people, because I feel like people really don't understand how God works. And even me, there's times where I'm just like, why do people constantly, you know, move like this or treat people like this, God? And I just feel like I've always had a genuine heart. That's one thing about me. I'm a very, very genuine person. I don't backstab people. I don't do foul stuff. I literally, if I'm so loyal to people, like, and I literally was like, God, just what do you want me to know today? And he had me read chapter 4 in Esther. And it was literally about mourning, fasting, and wailing. Like, basically chapter 4 in Esther was talking about how the Israelites, or the Jews at that time, were in distress, and they felt like God was having them in desolation, which is so crazy after everything I just told you guys. And I was like, this is the perfect way to sum this video up. But you know, what I can say is that sometimes when you're feeling desolate, sometimes when you're feeling alone, sometimes when you feel like so many things and people are against you, that is when God is looking for you to come to him. And it could be so hard. But y'all, even after reading everything today, I was like, what is promised is that he's going to show up. He's going to be faithful, and he is going to promote you, accelerate you. He's going to do everything that he is supposed to do in its right time for you. So if you're in that waiting season, if you're feeling like things are not moving, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like you don't know how you're going to make it through the holidays, my message is just to stay strong, to have your faith up right now, because it was really hard for me as well. Like, I'm like, I don't want to fast. I don't want to pray. I can't take it no more. I'm just tired. I just want a breakthrough in certain areas. And I feel like today God was like, just be patient, be still, and I will deliver it on my time. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all as the message today. If you don't know about the story of Esther, I never fully read it through other than today. I would suggest you read it. It just definitely rejuvenated me. It gave me a lot of purpose and hope today on how I should just be showing up for myself, how I should just view God and not always get angry sometimes, because I don't always get angry, but there are times where I do get angry too. I'm like, this ain't working out. I'm being a good person. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, why do these things keep happening? And God just really reminded me today to let everybody know, girl, I got your back. I got your back, sis. Okay. But anyway, that was my rant. That's what's going on. That's where I've been. This is what's going on. And yeah, I just needed to like address some things I've been feeling, I've been going through, and then everything that just exploded yesterday. I was just kind of like, all right, let me just make the video today and get this out. But anyways, I love you guys. I will see you soon. I think I'm going to show you guys tomorrow. I'm doing a vision board with my friend Liz. So that'll be really cool. So I'll probably do 1 or 2 more vlogs before the year ends. But sorry to cancel Vlogmas on you guys. But your girl needed a break. Mentally, I'm just a little bit drained from social media. I just want to spend some real time with my people in my space, doing me. And I hope you guys can understand that. I'm getting Big Boss Energy back ready for next year, 2024. I have to get all these things for tech level together for 2024. So I'm spending the next 2 weeks really resetting my businesses, resetting how I want to communicate with you guys, keep building this community. And I'm so blessed that you guys are on this journey with me. And I hope this video helps somebody in this season of waiting, in this season of feeling like things ain't shaking right now, feeling stressed, feeling the pressure of the world that we all feel on us. Just keep the faith, and I'll see you guys soon.